Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. This is the ticket. 93.7. I'm the black shirt Terrell Farley, and I'm got my main man here. And we waiting on the captain to get online. He's streaming in today. And he had his grandson 2 days ago. And welcome to the world there, little Hot Wheels Jackson. Now, we got a lot of news today, but we're just going to wait for the captain to see if he can come in. But we're going to start it off with what, Bach? What you want to talk about?
I don't know. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot of news today.
Did you watch any of the basketball game last night?
No, I'm not a basketball person.
Yeah.
I like to wait till like the tournament.
Yeah.
Or playoffs.
So you don't watch too much Nebraska basketball then?
No, I'm not really.
They don't make the tournament.
I'd rather go see it live.
Yeah.
I want to go to a game, so I guess I'm gonna check out a game. Who's good in the Big Ten in basketball?
Well, Indiana was. They beat Nebraska last night. They have Purdue this week. If you want to see a top 5 team in a 7-4 center, you can go on Saturday if you want to. But they'll have a few chances to see some good teams. Nebraska ended up losing, of course, last night to Indiana, kind of slowing down their momentum after the Creighton win. I'll talk plenty more about that on the Ticket Water Call. I know Rico watched that one, but yeah, there's plenty of other places we can start with.
I want to start off saying congratulations to Trey Palmer. He made second team All Big Ten AP Associate Press. He was I'm not gonna call him a 1 year. Well, you can call him a 1 year wonder for Nebraska. You know, he only was here 1 year. Now the thing about it, he came from LSU, so he was a portal guy. Now the thing I looked up today, I seen in the news is who got the most players coming out the portal. It's a long list. So I'm gonna go ahead and break it down to you. So starting off, the number one team that's got more players in the tournament is not even really a big name school. Who you think it is, Bob?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of somebody. Maybe somebody that's lost their coach recently.
Well, it's two of them that's not really big Power 5 teams. They're Power 5 teams, but they're not the big teams. I don't know. Louisiana Tech.
Oh, okay.
18 players.
That's a lot of players.
Colorado State. 17 players.
Not good for Jay Norvell, former Nebraska.
Texas A&M, 16 players. Arkansas, 15 players. Kent State, 14 players. Okie State, 13 players. Oregon, 13. Maryland, 12. Virginia Tech, 12. Washington State, 12. Now Nebraska, 12. Alabama, 11. And Jackson State, 11. So if you add these up, these are already over 100 and some kids in the portal, and this is just
handful of school. Yeah.
So you got to understand, like this portal thing is crazy. I mean, I'm old school, so I say like this: once you transfer, you sit out a year. No immediate play. You have to sit out. You got to prove yourself. You got to prove yourself academic wise. You got to prove yourself to that team. That's the thing about this portal is that you can go get anybody at any time, and they can come in to be an instant starter. So what about the guy that been here 3 years, that's been trying to get that position for 3 years, and all of a sudden one guy comes in and takes his spot?
Yeah, it's a different college football world, certainly. And you're seeing it like the tampering thing that's kind of going on as well. Drake May having to come out and say he's staying at North Carolina. Braylon Allen's had to deal with several reports reporting him leaving, and he goes back on Twitter and says, I'm the source.
Yeah.
My sources are me, and I'm not transferring. So it's kind of funny to see that. And then, again, I know it's going on everywhere, so I don't want to narrow in on Iowa or anything. But Cade McNamara didn't even test out. When you hit the portal, a lot of guys hit the portal so they can kind of test out the NIL market, see who's going to bid on them, or just kind of what opportunities open up. Cade McNamara is like, no, I'm transferring from Michigan right to Iowa.
Maybe he watched that Black Friday game and say, oh, they need a quarterback. I'm gone. I'm out of there. So I got some other news. Now, I was checking online, and this is kind of amazing to me. Oklahoma State strength and conditioning coach Rob Glass is the first $1 million strength and conditioning coach. Man, that's a lot of money just to have some guys lift weights.
That is a lot of money.
I think I'm going to go into that.
You're going to start, I think you have to, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're going to be
that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money right there.
That is. Nebraska, I mean, that was money well spent. If you look at Nebraska over the last several years, they could have used that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, now
if it turns into results.
Now
obviously.
you got this Conan the Barbarian looking guy who we got. I don't know his name, but he's a big
Corey
guy.
Campbell.
I seen him, and they say he's a short guy.
Yeah, I could see it.
I mean, the short guys always got a better frame than the bigger guys, except Rico.
He's calling out Rico.
He not even looking at us.
He don't listen.
But that's another thing. So, it's the strength and conditioning coach, make $1 million, highest paid strength and conditioning coach to this day. Trey Palmer, second team, all Big Ten. Congratulations to him on offense. Only guy we got on offense to make it. I haven't seen the defensive part. Portal's jumping. Deion's jumping. Tickets probably going to be crazy for that game. So if we can go ahead and put our hold on tickets right now, I need to put mine on hold.
Oh, I know.
Because I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to Boulder.
I want to, but you better get those tickets early. I've seen all the prices already.
Well,
it's going to get even higher.
Well, they probably get Nebraska. How many they fit in Colorado Stadium?
I think about 50-some thousand. I'll look it up.
So that's probably going to get Nebraska 10,000 tickets.
Yeah, but then Nebraska usually buys a bunch of them. But because it's Deion's first game.
We probably get 5,000 tickets.
Yeah. Because it's Deion's first game, it's going to be difficult. Yeah, the capacity is 50,183. In Nebraska, last time we went up there, obviously the whole stadium was red. But and that was, by the way, if you looked at it that year, just go on StubHub or Ticketmaster or whatever, those tickets were like, I don't remember what it was, $250, whatever it was. And every other ticket on like their home games was like, $23. You can come right in.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
by the way, Corey Campbell, the strength and conditioning coach, I know how to get you to like him a little bit. Former Georgia Bulldog, actually.
I'm trying to see what year was he there.
Yeah, he was a captain. I remember somewhat him playing. I'll have to look it up. I think it was early 2000s.
So they got a freshman that starts at Georgia. I think his name Markel Williams or something. Mm-hmm. He's from my hometown.
Okay.
So we got like 4 guys from my hometown that goes to UGA. Once again, my classmate from high school, he graduated with my brother 2 years older than me. He's the running back coach at Georgia. He's the best recruit in the nation for the last 2-3 years. Ooh. So, congratulations to him on that. Congratulations to the whole UGA team. Now, my thing is that they had this article that I was reading that they said that is Georgia the new dynasty of college football?
Well, they better win back-to-back titles first.
Say they win 3.
Well, yeah, then the dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, that's be the first team that ever does that in college football.
And the crazy thing, too, is that a few years ago, I've been a Georgia fan a long time too. I don't know why. I just picked them the SEC team. I liked Uga. So I've been cheering for them for a long time. A few years ago, remember they're about as close as anybody. They went to overtime with Alabama. Yeah. And then Devontae Smith, before he won his Heisman years before, had that game-winning touchdown. But that was like on 3rd and long, like real long. Yeah. And so it was looking good for Georgia. And it's so the dynasty talk. It's. If they would have won that one, obviously they'd already kind of be there. But it could be, but they're not. You wonder too if they're not too overwhelming, and how many dynasties last from quarterback to quarterback, because they're gonna as much as we may not be overly impressed with Stetson Bennett. If he wins 2, I mean they're gonna have to find somebody else to win a 3rd. So
well, that's I don't know if he's a quarterback, but is he? I don't know about Stetson Bennett. He's a good a role player for that team. I mean, he's not flashy. He's not a runner. He does nothing that great, but he gets the ball where it needs to be. He commands the offense and gets them down the field. He has them winning. So that's the pedigree you need. Now, John from Lincoln, he asked us, "Hey, Black Shirt and Bach, have you guys heard anything about Casey Thompson being hurt? Did he hurt his shoulder?" Well, I don't. He should still be hurt from the season. I guarantee you that he still got some bumps and bruises. Only 2 weeks from the season was removed, so I guess it's gonna take him a couple of months to get his body back healed right. Just to even lift weights he probably could lift weights, but he's not gonna be fully healed to probably January.
Yeah, well, I think he's got a decision to make. Obviously, if he's going to come back to Nebraska, and then I believe. I don't want to credit the source here because this is definitely not my own information. But I believe that he has a decision to make on a surgery as well. So if he goes through with that, he might miss some of spring ball. Yeah, I mean, he got beat up, and there's a lot of guys, a lot of players kind of put in that position. You can kind of get a corrective surgery or try to play through it. So we'll kind of see where he goes, but. If you take him, I think we all feel okay about Matt Rule taking over, and we'll kind of see. And again, we talked about the expectations last year. I think minimal expectations at Nebraska any year is going to be to get to a bowl game. You're not going to lower your expectations lower than that. With Casey Thompson, I feel pretty good about that. Without him, I don't. And then perhaps you hit the portal, you find a quarterback that makes you, kind of regains that interest if he decides to go ahead and go to the NFL or whatever he wants to do next. So you'd at least have a few weeks where you don't feel too great about the direction. And that's understandable. It's your quarterback. But, Casey Thompson's not like a all-league type of player. He's very solid, kind of had his ups and downs. But clearly when you saw him leave the field for Nebraska, they just didn't have a backup. So I think that's also got to be on the top list of Matt Rule's priorities because Casey Thompson, this offensive line, and they've got a big-time offensive line recruit in town this weekend. But, you've got to prepare. Nebraska's got to have a few guys that are ready to play in the game, not projects, and we'll see how they get here in a few years. And we got some younger guys. So I'm interested in what they do in the portal altogether because it was, and it's nothing against the backups, but it is what it is. They couldn't muster together more than 14 points while they were out there.
My thing is, do you wait for them or do you try to get somebody else in? I know we need backups. We got a young guy, the guy from high school. What's his name? Torres. Is he going to be ready? Is Pretty going to stay here? Is Chubba's going to stay? Is the other guy? What's the
Logan Smothers?
Logan Smothers going to stay here. The thing about this is what has me curious right now, that if I'm a coach, I want to know what you're going to do, Casey. I want to know if you're here, if you're in or you're not. That's what I want to know. I can't wait for you to January. Then if I have to wait to January, I got to wait and then I got to rush and go get somebody that I don't want.
Well, and you're behind the recruiting game. There's a lot of transfer portal quarterbacks right now that are starters that are in the transfer portal, like Spencer Sanders, Oklahoma State, plenty of them out
Kentucky's
there. JT
quarterback
Daniels
going to the NFL.
Yeah, Will Levis is going to the NFL. Looks like could be that Graham Mertz expected to transfer to Kentucky, so maybe he's found his landing spot there. And that would be interesting for Kentucky because Will Levis coming from Penn State. So Kentucky's just going to apparently take over leftover Big Ten quarterbacks, but they did good with the first one.
All right. So today I'm going to bless y'all with a Christmas song on our way out. And we got what's the day? The 8th?
Yep.
We got 15 days till Christmas. I ain't heard of I clean a dealership every night, every morning, and I hear Christmas songs all morning. Like Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell. And I have to listen to it, but I have headphones on. So once my music stops, I have to listen to it.
Yeah.
But this is one of my grandmother's favorite songs. And we're going to go to break with this. I'm going to let Bach take you out, but we're going to listen to a little bit of it.
Yeah, we're going to listen a little bit.
Yeah. Woo!
was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
In my mind, I want you to be free. For all of our friends, would you listen to me? Now hear what I say. We wish you all Merry Christmas to all of you, one of you.
Take it out, Bob.
I don't think I could hit some of those notes. All right, you're listening to The Captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back after these short messages.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your closet. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to showcase the scintillating Levion jewelry collection. Levion is known for their love of reinventing fine designer jewelry through unique combinations of chocolate diamonds, vibrant gemstones, and precious metals. Levion and Riddles Jewelry, two family-owned businesses who put customers at the heart of what they do. No one colors your world better than Levion. So visit Riddles Jewelry today and receive $100 off any Levion purchase now through Christmas.
At Riddles Jewelry, Gateway Mall.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Decking the halls with boughs of holly sure sounds great until you're the one who has to do it. Take the stress out of your holiday parties this year and host your gatherings at Suite A Events by Mary Ellen's. Suite A is the perfect place for your year-end company parties or other large gatherings. Suite A and Mary Ellen's can handle the food, the desserts, the decorations, and of course, those holiday spirits. See for yourself online at SuiteAEvents.com or at 27th and Pine Lake, right next to Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
The Ticket Water Cooler with Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
He's probably the best coach at Temple history. I'm not trying to lower but the narrative that he took over a mess at Temple is not correct. They had 4 straight head coaches use Temple to get to a Power 5 job.
Well, he did it at Baylor. It was the first time a coach went from 11 losses to 11 wins in 2 seasons or less.
Sounds Scott Frosty. Don't give him one of those stats. Please.
I'm just, that's an interesting stat.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to The Ticket, 93.7 on the Black Shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with
Bach.
Yes, the captain's not on stream yet, but here's the thing. I think it's Wyoming Rob says, "Hey, Black Shirt, what do you think of Rule's recruiting this far? I think it stinks. Wrong hire, prime, and the Buffs will own us next season." I really can't comment on it, but I am. So, I know he's kind of slow, and it's just he got to get back in the swing of things. He probably been out of college football about 3 years.
Yeah.
So he got his guys out, and I don't know. I thought the ball would be rolling in, would be just rolling with recruits coming in right now, or coming in with I just thought if he was that kind of coach that we'll be getting more commits like we should. I mean, like we have been getting before he even signed here.
Well, again, too, I think you have to, if you're Matt Rule in these next couple of days, and in the last couple of weeks, we're still waiting on the staff to be put together. That's what I'm a little bit concerned about, because I don't understand the wait. Eventually, once we see the name, I'm sure it'll be a little bit more understandable. I mean, I get he could be still in college football. Maybe he's in the NFL, but like we said with the Casey Thompson decision, time is of the essence now. And I know Matt Rule, and he kind of warned us about this. I don't think he planned on getting off to a big start, because he said in his introductory press conference, he's going to take his time. He's, this program's not going to be built with one decision or the other. So he's going to kind of put this thing together how he sees fit. And again, I think that's, as he takes his time and makes his decisions, it's probably better for year 3 and year 4, but not necessarily for year 1. All that being said, it might be hard to just jump in again because he's been in the NFL, because he hasn't been recruiting kids. It's hard for him to just have relationship with these kids. I mean, he's either taking their visits. All of the assistant coaches are him as well. And they've got a huge weekend coming up. They've got a lot of Nebraska current commits coming in, and don't overlook that, because I think he's got to kind of re-recruit those guys. They haven't decommitted, but that's going to be important. But to bring those guys in with guys that he's targeting, like Malachi Coleman, Tristan Alvano, the kicker, Elijah Judy, a defensive line transfer from Texas A&M, Cameron Limhart, a former Nebraska commit, and then today we found out Johnny Cornelius, one of the top offensive linemen so far in the portal out of Rhode Island, a 6'5", 310-pound junior to be. All those guys are going to be on their official visits this weekend. So maybe we can expect some good news coming out of the weekend, and then we can a little bit put to bed the narrative of the slow start. I understand it is a bit nerve-wracking if you're a Nebraska fan, I suppose, because there's just not a whole lot of news. The news that has broke might be a little underwhelming as far as, obviously targeting speed, but getting a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of offers. That could pay off down the line, though. Got to remember that, because he's going to be recruiting speed. But don't look under the underheralded kid. I'm just, I understand the frustration because you like that in a mix of, here's also this 4-star, and here's this 3-star, and here's this big portal get, and you just haven't seen too much of that yet. But I think that could change after this weekend.
Yeah, and one thing that you said that kind of struck me is that you said year 3 and 4. I don't think Nebraska fans have patience to wait year 3 or 4. These are very impatient fans. They want instant action. They want instant wins. This can't be another, we got to wait till year 4 to win. No, we have to win off the bat. I think that's what $9 million to get you a year. So, the thing about that is you got to go out and get some kids that can contribute early, that can get into the games early. I don't know about recruiting a kid who hasn't had a Power 5 offer but has speed. But you got to teach them toughness.
Yeah,
you got to teach him. I don't know. That's my fault. I don't know about this kid because he's a 10-2 guy, and that's fast.
Yeah,
but it's a difference between football fast and track fast. It's different because you're running on turf, you're running on grass. You're not running on the track. So that's the things you got to see about that. And can this kid take a hit? I don't know. He's 180. You got to beef him up. He's got the size. He's got the frame for it. And that's the thing about it. And what strikes me is that I'm kind of sensing that Rule is a East Coast guy, more up in the upper part of the East Coast. I want the down south guys, me personally. So he's more like an East Coast guy. The Rutgers kids, all them kids. I don't know if them are Big Ten kids. Like you said, a Rhode Island kid. Very good for the Texas A&M kid coming in. I seen a linebacker from, Florida State might come in. Another D tackle from Ole Miss. I heard about that. I seen that. So that's the thing is that we got to get on the ball quick, or it's going to be a year 3-4 team. So that's the thing with me about this.
Yeah, and then I understand that too, and it just kind of depends on the way you look at it. But you did sign on him. You did sign him to a massive deal, so he's very likely going to get 3 to 4 years here. And I get it that the Husker fans might be impatient, but again, I can't stress this enough. Look at the hire that you made. You hired a guy that's a program builder, not a year 1 turnaround. So if you're expecting 8-9 wins this year, you could get it. It could be a pleasant surprise. You could get the Sonny Dykes deal where out of nowhere he wins 12 games, but it's likely based on his history that you hired a guy that's not going to start off all that well. He hasn't. And so that's just kind of what I look at. Maybe that's not true. People will point to the transfer portal. People will say Nebraska's in a better position than those schools. And those things could be, factored in as well to what your expectations are. But I look at resume, and when I look at the resume of his year 1, that's not pretty. And again, that's what when Matt Rule, before Matt Rule was hired, that's when I kind of went, because that's a hard year to sit through. Now, hopefully Nebraska doesn't have to go through that. But I guess if you just compare, and somebody off the text line points this out, so shout out to was it Rob from Wyoming, I believe, who was pointing out that look at the comparison of what Prime is doing with his staff compared to Matt Rule. Matt Rule's kind of taking his time. Coach Prime, of course, Deion Sanders has his defensive coordinator he hired out of Alabama. He's got his offensive coordinator that he took from Kent State as the head coach. He took another active head coach and made him his offensive coordinator. I mean, he's putting together a staff. Some of that stuff can be, it looks
Mike
good.
Zimmer.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer very likely to join them. I mean, he's putting together an all-star staff, but you have to also keep in mind Miami did that last year. Miami didn't turn around, so none of this is guaranteed. But if you kind of get caught up in these tea leaves, I can understand that. I mean, when you talk about the Nebraska-Colorado game, who's going to be more prepared for that? From day one, maybe Coach Prime is getting that done quicker than Matt Rule, but Matt Rule is maybe focused on the program as a whole. And then the other thing is, if you're just looking at that Colorado game, he's taking over a 1-11 team. I mean, that's to expect Colorado to magically be great because Deion's there is going to be difficult too. But if he can hold in the transfer, if he can be kind of the USC of this offseason, then maybe you could see it, because USC and Lincoln Riley took a 4-8 team to one game, a couple plays away from the playoffs.
Well, you got 10 starters back on defense.
Yeah, for Nebraska,
you got 7 starters on offense. So, that's the thing. I mean, you build around them. You make them better. First, you make them better in the weight room during the offseason. You make them better by that. You get them in shape. You get them bigger. You get them stronger. That's the thing. We can't have these 6'8" guys getting thrown around and like the Ben Harts and missing tackles and all that. These guys got to concentrate. I mean, they got to get better. You got to get faster linebackers. We know that. I mean, if you plan on going into the season with the same linebackers we have, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's good for the team. I mean, we need faster linebackers. Now, Reimer, he's a stud. Maybe you need to get him in some speed work. Maybe you can get him to lose a little weight, trim off 6-7 pounds to get him faster. Heinrich, I think, without Hausman coming back, it's his for now.
Yeah.
Until you bring a guy in to relieve him or battle him for that position. So them are the things I look at. I mean, you got a defense that just need fine tuning. You don't need much.
Don't need an overhaul.
You don't need an overhaul on defense. You got to replace Drew and Robinson. So you got to get 2 more big bodies in there. I seen a DN that was coming from. I don't know. I looked it up. I got to look it up.
Well, Ty Robinson will be back.
Yeah, so Ty Robinson will be back too. But Drew and somebody else was not coming back this year.
Feast, I don't think.
Yeah, Feast. But it's just things like that. And so I think we got the captain coming in.
Oh, is he knocking on the door?
I don't know. He got some pictures up there. I can't. What you got to add him to the stream?
I don't know. Somebody's clicking on the wrong thing over there. Well, let's take a break. We'll get the captain and get his thoughts on this here in a second as he is joining the stream. But it is due. We are due for a break. So take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back right here on the captain with the captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Guys, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has changed my life. I'm healthier, I'm more fit, I have more energy, and oh yeah, I've lost a bunch of weight, almost 100 pounds. Now's the time for you to take control of your health and join the Farrell's 10-week challenge. The program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition to set you up for success. And ticket listeners, you can get in for half off. The next challenge starts on January 7th at both of their locations, 40th and Yankee Hill, and their brand new spot at 70th and Vine. Get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Join today. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 9th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Holiday wishes really do come true. Through January 4th, 2023, when you enter any non-winning Nebraska lottery, $1 Holiday Wishes 2X, $5 Holiday Wishes 10X, or $10 Holiday Wishes 20X scratch ticket, you have a chance to win $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000. There are 2 drawings for winners, so visit your nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer today, buy some tickets, and enter our Holiday Wishes Second Chance promotion. Top prize odds vary by game.
Do you carry that hockey stick with you everywhere you go?
Yep, it's my lucky hockey stick. I scored 5 goals in one game with this baby.
And you have to bring it into the convenience store?
How else would I get this bag of chips to the counter? Or point to the Nebraska Lottery scratch games I want to buy?
I suppose you scratch the tickets with it too?
No, that would be weird.
Nebraska Lottery Scratch Games. Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Expect increasing cloud cover. A winter weather advisory will be in effect later today, as by late this morning into the early afternoon hours, a wintry mix of light freezing drizzle could move in, creating difficult travel conditions. We do eventually reach a high of around 34. Overnight, mostly cloudy with a low of 27. A high tomorrow of around 41. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh,
Is this
Timmy.
thing on?
Who is that guy?
That's Timmy.
Are you?
That's Timmy.
You don't know who that is, do you?
I don't know who that is now.
That's the great Tim Carpenter,
Oh, okay.
a.k.a. Mr. Incredible. 3-time national champ. 60 wins, 3 losses. I figure I got to bring some backup in.
He's a tight end brother of yours, right?
He's one of the 3-headed monster, man. Me, Sheldon Jackson, and Tim Carpenter. Hey, listen, he was surrounded by Jacksons so much so that he named his son Jackson.
Did he really?
Jackson Carpenter, who I think Jackson's at what school? He's at a Lincoln school here. Pretty good. Tight end.
Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest, I think. And I think he's going into his senior year. We'll see what he puts together and if Nebraska likes what they see or not. But, dude, I feel like I've been gone for 2 weeks.
24 hours.
There's a lot gone on in your life since then, though.
Hot Wheels is on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, start your engines now.
I started to send you some pictures this morning because as I was cleaning this morning, I walked by a guy's desk and he had over 50 Hot Wheels on his desk. Not on it, but hanging up in his office. But
you didn't good thing. Anyway, yeah.
No. Don't you go there.
One of these days, you get me some Hot Wheels.
The Hot Wheel. I get him a Hot Wheel, big wheel.
Yeah, well, do that. But huh?
So yeah, he needs a big wheel. How soon before he's on
That's
the big wheel?
2 years away.
Yeah, a few years away. Huh?
Yeah.
Nah, about a year away. Year away.
Unless he grows like Chris. Unless he grows like Chris Ralph, have a growth spurt like that.
He's already in training, dude. He's only 2 days old, and I got him training.
Mouthpiece in or out?
Nah, yeah, I got his mouthpiece in. He ready to go. He ain't gonna have his mouthpiece dangling. He gonna have his mouthpiece in. He chewing on it already. He's doing neck ups at 2 days old. We're working him out. Big guy. He was 7 pounds, 11 ounces. And my daughter is like, she's looked at me with so many different faces that I've never seen before in 29 years. This is number 4, and he was so big, she had to have a C-section. So, that's brutal, man. And so, the pain of, I shout out to all the moms, okay? Shout out to all you mothers that give birth to these children for us men. Thank you. We have no idea, nor I don't think we want to know what you go through in that time.
Yeah, I'm a preemie.
Were you?
Yeah, I was born 6.5 months early. Well,
not early. My goodness,
6.5 months. My auntie climbed up a tree. My auntie climbed up a tree and got stuck, and my mom went into labor. I was only like 4 pounds.
So was your aunt stuck in the tree
Yeah,
the whole time?
my aunt is only like 3 years older than me.
Oh,
so my grandparents had a late child. So
listen, he's all little Hot Wheels are gonna love is cars and sports. I know he's gonna be a smart guy because he's got 3 older sisters.
And the women
who are very, very smart and intelligent. An 8-year-old big sister, a 5-year-old middle sister, and then a 4-year-old personal protector that he has, in Honey. So listen, man, Hot Wheels and the Plater sisters.
And how was your trip to the hospital? Were you limping in there, or are you feeling better now?
I'm feeling a little bit better. I'll be in the studio tomorrow.
Okay,
nice. I'll be in the studio tomorrow, but maybe I was having some birth pains or something.
Yeah.
Something was going on. But like I said, the joy of having my first grandson is amazing, man. I never thought I'd get there so early, but when you're a guy like me who I had a baby in tow at 18 years old when I came to Nebraska. So not that I wanted to, but when you grow up in a single parent home, there's things that you are what's the word? In any home, but especially in a single parent home when mom might be away or doing this and that, and you're exposed to different things, you grow up quickly. And so to have a daughter who is now 29, unbelievable, like that was at the university and was raised with me while I played for Nebraska. Can you believe that?
That's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, you got 10 years on me.
You remember my daughter running around?
I don't know, BJ. That's been so long. I got concussion protocol and all that.
Anyway, I just think it's a beautiful thing that I watched my daughter, her husband, who he is, man. I shout out to you, Jay, for just being a man that's a stand-up man, father of 4 kids, beautiful children, and he was there. Like, I had to tell him, hey, I don't want to hear how the C-section went. He wants to explain to me and I'm like, no, dude, no. You're not about to traumatize me right now, okay? Yeah.
Was he in the room? He probably needs somebody to talk to. He's probably traumatized himself.
No, this is number 4 for him. He's been there for all 4, and I don't think anything can traumatize him now.
Yeah, but when the C-section, my dad even talks about it to this day. He was traumatized by watching my mom have a C-section.
But I think having 3 kids, right? And even having a baby is traumatizing by if you watch it from the catcher's perspective, right? I watched it from the catcher's perspective. And so for him to have lived through 3 of those, and now, I know it's a C-section, but I think it prepared him for it a little better than it would if it had been like the first one.
Yeah.
Then it'd been probably more traumatizing, but he acts like it's nothing. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear about it. My grandson is here. Let's not talk about anything else. Who cares? He's here now. I get to spoil him every day of his life. Perfect. Anyway, listen, we got some breaking news. We'll talk about it at the top, but get in here. More people in the transfer portal. Bach, Butler in the transfer portal.
Yeah, Jamar Butler yesterday went to the transfer portal.
That's like, yeah.
Do you know what school that's leading the transfer portal with the most players right now?
Alabama.
Negative.
They're up there though, right?
No. I don't want to say my alma mater now.
Negative.
Little Hot Wheels got a whole Nebraska outfit ready to go.
Yeah. Louisiana Tech.
Why?
18. Colorado State, 17. A&M, Texas, 16.
Yeah, that one makes sense.
Whoa, wait, hold up. You mean to tell me that Texas A&M, the team that spent more money in the NIL, has got how many?
16.
Oh my goodness.
They went like 4-8 this year or something.
And you know what that comes from? That comes from getting all these 4 or 5 star guys and they don't play. So they're ready to go. I mean, that's it.
Well, it you have to ask a question then.
Yeah,
because people are talking about but people are saying about us getting a guy that maybe didn't have any stars or 2 stars, and bringing him instead of bringing a 4-star. What's the pros and cons of that?
It's a lot.
You get a 1 or 2-star guy. How hard is he going to work when he comes to University of Nebraska, understanding that the transfer portal is still there, versus a 4 or 5-star guy who has been recruited by everybody?
Because that 4 and 5-star guy is going to come in with the big head. He's going to come in like, I'm supposed to be day 1 starter. But that 1-star, that 2-star guy, he's going to work his way up. He's going to take that red shirt. He's going to get himself ready. It might take him 2 years to start, but hey, he's going to take his time though. We could be superstars. Take us out, Captain.
Hey, listen. Other side of the break, we got some more news. Devastating for me because I really wanted to see this guy really have an opportunity to run the ball at Nebraska. But after the break, breaking news. Make sure you have the sound. And it could be the debacle sound. I don't care. Hey, it's the captain. I'm glad to be back in the building. I'm a grandpa of a grandson and 3 beautiful granddaughters. You guys kiss the ones you love. Be nice to people. Have a great, awesome, what is today? Thursday? I'm lost.
Yes, it is Thursday.
And go get your chicken sandwiches. www.wingstop.com. Huh?
I'm a great uncle again.
Thanks
to the Jackson family.
Yeah, that's how we roll, baby. Getting it in early so you can train them up late. It's Captain on the ticket. I'm with
the black shirt.
And
Buck.
We'll be right back.
holiday wishes really do come true. Through January 4th, 2023, when you enter any non-winning Nebraska Lottery $1 Holiday Wishes 2X, $5 Holiday Wishes 10X, or $10 Holiday Wishes 20X scratch ticket, you have a chance to win $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000. There are 2 drawings for winners, so visit your nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer today, buy some tickets, and enter our Holiday Wishes Second Chance promotion. Top prize odds vary by game.
Do you carry that hockey stick with you everywhere you go?
Yep, it's my lucky hockey stick. 5 goals in 1 game with this baby.
And you have to bring it into the convenience store?
How else would I get this bag of chips to the counter? Or point to the Nebraska Lottery scratch games I want to buy?
I suppose you scratch the tickets with it too?
No, that would be weird.
Nebraska Lottery scratch games. Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering year-end blowout savings on in-stock 2022 compact tractors and mowers. Make quick work of chores around your acreage and save over $4,000 on select John Deere compact tractors equipped with a loader and rear blade. Or save up to $1,000 on select 2022 John Deere Z-Trax and lawn tractors. Visit your local Acres store or acres.com to get these great discounts. Acres, solutions for every field. Discounts available on in-stock units while supplies last.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Yeah. Welcome back to 93.7 on the Black Shirt, and I'm with the captain and Mr. Bach. And VJ got some exciting news, not exciting news, well, some world news for us. Hey, before you do that, VJ, I got to read this. This is from Wyoming Rob. He said, "Hey, Captain, you know that Hot Wheels is gonna want to play for Coach Prime."
We gotta do something. Not if I got something to do about that. I would not have my seed playing for Colorado. I will not do it. I love what Coach Prime is doing in Colorado. I love all of that foolishness. I love it. Okay. But my heart and blood bleeds Husker red, sir. And now listen, he can go wherever he wants once he gets a little older. It's his decision. But if I can sway it, believe me, I'm doing everything in my power. I am. And I think, well, I mean, it's a long time coming. But listen, 18-year process. Hopefully I'm around to be able to witness my grandson maybe play football. I don't even know if I want to push him towards football. He might just be a car salesman. Value life a little bit longer. Not have to get up like Paul with neck stiffness and knee pain and back stiffness. And, all of that was because of football. There's life after football. You're going to work a lot longer than you play football. So you better have a plan, I mean, the guys that's getting in the portal better have a plan. You hate to see them go, but, I mean, for me, I would like to talk to these guys and find out what's their plans, like, what's their thinking. How has it been? Just to know. And I hate to see them go because I think, especially the young guys, the Ernest Hausmans, the Butlers, the Golds, these guys that have the potential to play. You hate to see them go. Now, on the flip side of that, again, when you're rebuilding, you know what you want? Your soldiers. You want to program those guys the way you want to program them. So there's two sides to every coin, but, you still hate to see these guys leaving in the numbers. And it's not just Nebraska. Let's not think that this is a Nebraska problem. It's not. This is an Alabama problem. This is well, you just said it, didn't you, earlier? Who's the Louisiana Tech problem? What the heck is Louisiana Tech going to do?
Okie State got 13.
How many? Who else? Terrell? Who else?
Okay. So Colorado State 17, Texas A&M 16, Arkansas 15, Kent State 14, Okie State 13, Oregon 13, Maryland 12, Virginia Tech 12, Washington State 12, Nebraska 12 now, Alabama 11, and Jackson State 11.
Soon to be more.
Oh yeah, that's just that small list. That's over 100. We're not even 20 schools.
I got a request. This is the request line too. I can't. I'm going to announce it. I want more people to get in. Tell everybody. We're gonna. There's a player that's transferring, and we're gonna have him on, and he's gonna talk about just where he comes from. I'm just gonna interview him like I do all the Nebraska players, and then keep going from there. But again, we hate to see guys leave. These are young men that's from all over the country. They're coming to a particular place to play football, to build as football players, and to build as young men that could be put back into society where they can be honest, tax-paying people. Be able to get a job, because 98% of the college football players are going to be working when they get out. Even though we push NFL, we talk NFL, Coach Rule spoke about, getting players in the NFL. Coach Prime spoke about getting players in the NFL. So gone is the day when we talk about the education piece.
Yeah.
Even though it's still there, it's not first now. It's second. It's, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get you to the NFL. And along the way of that, you're going to get a degree too. I'm quite sure they still talk about education, and Rule and Prime both talked about education. So I'm not saying that they didn't. My point is that first and foremost, to the forefront of recruiting these young men now is going to be the NFL football. Going to the league, not coming to get an education. Okay. And most guys, even when I played, that's what it was anyway. We all thought we were going to go to the NFL. Every one of us. Right, Terrell?
Well, I don't know. Some kids come for the education. Parents don't want to hear the NFL talk. Parents want to hear, how can you better my child and getting him an education? So, and that's a downfall for a coach to say, I want to get, I'm not really a downfall, but I know 9 times out of 10 parents want to hear a coach say, I want your son to get a degree.
Yeah. Well,
those days are gone.
Jacquez Yant in the transfer portal. That's right, folks. One of the biggest, baddest backs to grace us with his presence is in the transfer portal, and I am feeling it because I really thought that he had a chance to be in the conversation with some of those great backs. Didn't pan out. I didn't understand quite why we didn't use him on special teams amongst some other positions that he could have played and helped us out. And in the transfer portal, 3 years to play. That's a big loss to me. On one end, dang, man, that hurts, man. When I heard about Butler, that socked me because I thought Butler had a great, bright career future. But this one with Jacquez Yant, here, let me say this. We don't know how it feels to have 3 different surrogate daddies. We don't know how that feels to have instability of a program, the ups and downs. When we talk about a good family structure, it's about stability, right? It's about family structure. And, there's been a lot of change, ups and downs, hills and valleys for these boys. And you don't know how that affects them mentally. So hopefully here in about 15 minutes, we'll have a chance to hear from Yant and just get where he comes from. Because I don't even think people know him. They don't know his story. Bach, what do you know about Yant?
Just that he was at Florida State, born from Florida, big guy. I mean, I don't know too much outside of that.
Pensacola, Florida. Am I right?
But do you know his story? He's from Tampa.
Tampa, Pensacola. I think he was a walk-on, wasn't he?
Well, he was a grade issue.
Yeah.
That's why I want to get his story, because I think it's fascinating that how he got picked up, how he got to Nebraska, the fact that last year this was a kid that everybody, can't anybody tell me that they didn't say to themselves, what the heck is going on? And the plays when he was in the game, he really never got the ball in a position to really showcase his talents. Ever. And you got to wonder, why wouldn't we pay him on special teams? 6'1", 6'2", 245 pounds of brick. Why wouldn't we play him on punt team, kickoff return team? Put your best players on those teams. If Gabe Irvin's not going to play, if he's the number 3 or 4 back, guess what he should be doing? special teams, because you're putting your best guys out there. And to me, this past year, both situations left players out on the bench. Mickey did a good job of trying to throw talent back out there, the youngsters, but then there was guys in certain positions and rooms that only got to play because of injuries. And for me, this was a guy who was healthy the entire season. Can we pull up his stats?
Yeah, I've got his stats in front of me. Of course, his 2021 stats were better because he had the big game against Northwestern. That's what I'll remember him for. The 13 carries, 127 yards was kind of the star of that game. Also had 6 carries for 60 yards against Purdue that year. Those were his best performances 2 years ago. 47 carries, 294 yards, and 6.3 yards per carry and a touchdown in 2021. This past year, we just didn't see a whole lot of him. He finished with 20 carries, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 against Indiana and 1 against Purdue, 2.8 yards per carry.
Okay, so that means he only got in when everybody in the whole stadium knew he was going to get the ball. That's what 2.8. How many times did he get it? 20 touches?
Yeah, never more than 4 touches in a game.
6'1" or 2, 245-pound guy who can run probably a high 4.4, really low 4.5 flat. You know what that does? I call that a meat tenderizer. He's a meat tenderizer. You know why, Bob?
He's just beating you up, preparing you for, he's one of those guys that gets better the more carries he gets, the longer the game goes on. But we never saw that.
Well, because the coaches never did it. Maybe they never saw that. We saw that. I saw that. But the coaches didn't see that. And that's what marks a good coach, to be able to identify and develop talent. Let me say that one more time. A great coach is able to identify, and then once you identify the talent, now you have to develop it into what you want it to be and get the best version of the identification of that talent that you can get.
Yeah, but you got to understand who we got. We got Anthony Grant. You got AJ Allen. I mean, what you mean stop it? I mean,
that's AJ Allen. I love AJ Allen, but AJ Allen was not better than Yant, bro.
Oh man, that's your opinion. Your opinion is worthy, but everybody else got other opinions. So
you can say what you want, but if a guy doesn't get the same carries in the same plays in the same games, then you can't say that. You're not going to tell me that a true freshman Yant can come in and give you great minutes last year, and then the next year he's off the face of the earth. He's buried on the bench.
That's called talent. That's called talent coming in.
Stop it.
It's
You're
talent
not about to tell
in.
me that Grant, the last 4 games of Grant's career at Nebraska, I'm talking about this year, that was the best version of Grant that we saw?
I mean, that's all 4 of them. I mean, that's every running back we got. They always took it to the outside. They didn't want to run it up in the middle. Even Yance, a big 240 guy, he always running to the sideline. I want you to cut it up. I want you to cut it up and get in that hole.
I think you should go back, and before you make that assumption, you got to go back and look at those 20 carries. I can tell you right now, okay, because I'm a running backs coach. I love the running backs position. I think it's the most explosive position on the field. I think it has to be the toughest position on the field. But the carries that Yant got, I'll tell you, we'll start with the Northwestern game. That was probably where he got the 4 carries in the Northwestern game. When did he get the carries? On the goal line. Okay, we talked about the offensive line not being very good. What did we do? We put a tight end in front of him, 2 tight ends in front of him that were in 3-point stance, and we put Yant in a 3-point stance. So now we got all 3 of our backs in a 3-point stance instead of putting your running back in an up position, so that if it's all clogged in the middle, guess what he can do? Do exactly what you tell it, bounce it to the outside. So I don't know if I'm necessarily buying that. I hate to see a guy of his talent to leave because I think he could have helped us in more than just running back.
Well, and I think either way, I mean, obviously the results and the stats are there, but I think you felt this especially at the end, that last game with Ramir Johnson. There was enough talent back there probably to get a little bit, more carries going. Anthony Grant, and you kind of run a fine line there because you want to get your playmakers the ball as much as possible. There was games where I did the post-game show where, Nick Sandert and other fans were upset that Grant didn't get enough carries. And then, at the end, it's like, well, maybe you should use all your talent back there. So I think Grant's an excellent back. I think it would be good to spell him here and there. It seemed like by the end of the year, especially in that Iowa game, he was trying to get to his 1,000 yards. He was trying to break them instead of just kind of taking what was there. But for that whole host of, it's a deep room, and it was just weird because Rahmir especially, though. I mean, Rahmir is another guy, like he was your lead back 2 years ago, like by the end of the season, and it wasn't like a fluke. He was one of your best playmakers, and then all of a sudden he just doesn't get the ball. Maybe some of that, and I don't know, with the new running back coach that they had last year with Applewhite, maybe that a lot of the decision was there. Maybe a lot of it was Whipple. We know Whipple, his whole idea is get the playmakers the ball. So if he identified Anthony Grant as his number one playmaker, maybe that's who he wanted to lean on. It just feels like now with Yant leaving, hopefully we don't see Rahmir leave, but just even Rahmir last year, it feels like there was more to be gotten out of those guys than what ultimately happened.
And that's the problem. You got too many running backs with one ball. That's one of the reasons. I mean, and it's just too much competition in the backfield. I mean, they got 4 good running backs. This is like when Nebraska had 4 good running backs. You had Clinton Childs, Damon, Amon, and Lawrence. So, somebody's going to be short of carries, and plus you're not blowing out teams like we used to blow out. Yeah. So you're not going to get the carries because you're always trying to come from behind. That's one of the reasons.
Well, yeah, I think that's true. But if you don't make a decision to run the ball and you can't, like you said, it's going to be hard. And these games, though, here was the deal, though. The last 4 games of the season, we were ahead. So we should have been able to get into some type of running set and go Big Ten football like it was done against us on multiple occasions. Period.
Yeah. Well, and for I mean, that's part of the problem behind the whole dynamic, though, is that they couldn't do that. They couldn't rely on their line to give their running backs enough carries to spread the ball around. So it's, there's a lot of talent at that running back position, but that again underlines the main problem at Nebraska has been the offensive line. I think it got better throughout the year, but it's still, the weak link on offense, and you can't do everything that you want to do and get all your playmakers the ball and, continue to pick up first downs. More first downs, more sustained drives means more carries. They weren't. This is not an offense that was almost at any time running sustainable drives. They were either big play through the air, or what was your old tackle punt, but on the opposite side for Nebraska's offense.
I don't know. I kind of feel like the days of the big bruising backs are gone from college football. Because all these guys are, the guy from Wisconsin, the guy from Michigan, the guy from all these are little bitty backs. They move into the scat backs more likely, them kind of positions, and like the run Danes, you're not going to get them backs again. We're not going to see that type of run Danes, the Chris Henrys or the backs like that. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I like Yance. I thought he was a great running back. I thought he should have got more carries than that. But when you got a team full of great running backs, somebody got to, I don't know. I wouldn't say it was the coach. I don't know what it was, but I think he should have played more than what he should have, though. Just for coming off that freshman campaign, that freshman year, coming off like that, he should have been in the mix from the early get-go.
Yeah, I think they're good backs. I'm not going to give them great. I'm not even going to give, because of what he did the last 4 games. I think he kind of fell off a little bit for me, and got with running backs, sometimes you can try to do too much, and I think he was trying to do too much because of the blocking. But just like, well, you can't tell me that Rahmir comes into the game and he slashes for the yardage that he slashed for. That's just a difference in back. Some backs know how to move their body and do what they need to do in order to make a man miss and then get missing. Sean, you on with the captain. You got about 1 minute. What say you, my friend?
I'd say, first of all, I love the Huskers, but I think the problem is more in line with the strength and conditioning. As far as the offensive line goes, we were just getting our butts handed to us on both sides of the ball. I mean, I've met Zach Duvall. He's a great person, but his philosophy just isn't cutting it.
Yeah, I think it doesn't take much to tweak this team into a team that can be very, very well, and they can do well on and off the football field, but it's going to start in the weight room. Do you feel like that is going to be your key to Nebraska being successful next year?
Yeah, I hope so. I think Corey Campbell, if they learn like he looks, oh my God, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Hey, Sean, give me your best Go Big Red, man.
Excuse me?
Give me your best Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, thanks, Sean. Hey, listen, we're going to throw it to break. And when we get back, we're going to talk to Jaquez Yant. So when we get back off this break, get in the room, get in the building, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, however you watching. Jaquez Yant will be on the phone, and we'll talk and find out from his perspective, his tenure at Nebraska, which is over. The captain on the ticket, 93.7.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering year-end blowout savings on in-stock 2022 compact tractors and mowers. Make quick work of chores around your acreage and save over $4,000 on select John Deere compact tractors equipped with a loader and rear blade. Or save up to $1,000 on select 2022 John Deere Z-Trax and lawn tractors. Visit your local Acres store or acres.com to get these great discounts. Acres, solutions for every field. Discounts available on in-stock units while supplies last.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a class to help you learn a new hobby, get your motorcycle license, or even your GED, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Busted. Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Bob.
Yep.
While you go call him, put on that song I asked you to play.
Okay.
This is shout out to Dom J. Thanks for riding with us on YouTube, Dom.
Recordings.
Oh, hold on. I got some.
Come on, Whipple.
Is he gonna try to beat my Merry Christmas song?
Yeah, he's got a Christmas song of his own.
You don't know nothing about this one.
Oh, I played the Temptations.
Did you?
Yes.
I got you beat on this one. Maybe not.
Can't nothing beat the Temptations.
You know this one, Terrell?
No. All right. You got him on?
No, we'll get him a call here.
All right. Craig says Terrell's song was way better. Dang.
Yeah.
What song did you play by the Temptations?
You know.
What?
Silent night.
Oh, yeah, I can't beat that.
Yeah, you can't beat that beat. I was listening to it last night when I was
But
cleaning.
this was Dom J's song. That wasn't my song.
I know. In other news, the Atlanta Falcons has benched Marcus Mariota for Ryder, the guy that was the quarterback for the University of Cincinnati last year.
Oh, wow.
So
moving on.
Hope the Falcons can do a little better.
Let me get to some of these texts while we wait for this. Scott says, VJ, you better be working on getting Hot Wheels an NIL deal. So he already has one. He already got an NIL deal. He had one before he was born. Ralph from Wyoming. Hey, Captain, you know Hot Wheels is going to want to play for Coach Prime. Yeah, I told you that. It ain't happening. Unless we get a meal ticket now, 18 years from now, how much money will they be paying players in this current situation?
I got one more question for you though, VJ. One more thing to tell you. Okie State paying their strength and conditioning coach $1 million a year.
You know why though, right?
Why?
Well, you're only as good as how strong you are, how fast you are, how pro agility, how fast you can run the pro agility, all the things. How's your vertical jump? Everything starts with strength and conditioning. Yeah, we won football games not because we had 4 and 5 stars for real. I mean, period. Okay, I might have been a 2-star coming out. We won football games because we developed players into hard-nosed football players that did their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that one more time. We won football games because we turned young men into hard-nosed football players that knew what they were doing with great technique. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I couldn't. Silent Night don't. Yeah, I don't. No. Nyla says, as my doctor told me, it feels like a ring on fire. Oof. I wouldn't want to have a ring on fire. Hildebear says it's traumatizing to see a baby. Yeah, it is too. Yeah, it's traumatizing to see that baby coming out of the black hole. That was something. Oh, huh?
Yeah, the thing is though, VJ, this guy gets $1 million, and the only thing close to him is $525,000.
Really?
Yeah.
It's worth it to me if he can turn your team into a bunch of guys that'll run around and get busy and do their thing, man. It's worth it. It's $1 million worth a Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC championship. Because now in this climate where we're paying players who knows amounts of money to come and play for us, if you're going to pay a coach $9 million, your strength staff to me should be right there with them, somewhere in the ballpark, because it puts more, you get more skin in the game when you pay a guy who understands what you're paying them. And I don't think in this climate that organizations, meaning football teams, universities, are going to pay a guy with an expectation to fail. I hope we wouldn't do that.
We've got some big news coming out of the NFL here. Just reported a couple minutes ago. I'm reading this off of ESPN. Washington Commanders owner Daniel Snyder permitted and participated in the team's long-term toxic work culture and obstructed a 14th-month congressional inquiry by dodging a subpoena, working to dissuade and intimidate witnesses from cooperating, and claiming more than 100 times in testimony that he could not recall answers to basic questions. According to the final report of the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Oversight and Reform, the committee's 79-page report released Thursday also comes down hard on the NFL, concluding that the league was complicit in Snyder's efforts by not cooperating with the congressional inquiry and bearing a 2020-2021 investigation of the Commanders' workplace led by attorney Beth Wilkinson, the result of which have never been fully released. So Dan Snyder allowed Commanders' toxic culture. This is the headline. Dan Snyder allowed Commanders' toxic culture, NFL-aided cover-up. That's going to be an ugly story here to continue as it continues in the NFL.
So what's the repercussions?
That is yet to be seen. I mean, we'll kind of see how that plays out. Snyder's obviously been under fire for years, obviously from the Redskins name switch for just that. But then this toxic culture thing's kind of popped up over the last couple of years. Not a good look for the NFL. Not a good look for the NFL to be also questioned here as, part of the cover-up. So I don't know what it's going to be. We'll still have to remains to be seen. The's not a whole lot. That kind of is above my pay grade or my understanding of a lot probably figured out in courts here, but that we'll see. I mean, I think that's going to be a big topic over the next couple of days and weeks and months.
Yeah, I know, but again, what's the repercussions for all this? What's going to really come out of it? Are they going to strip Snyder of his ownership?
Yeah.
Remember, this is the same Snyder that threatened the NFL, right? Isn't
Yeah,
this the same guy.
Yeah.
Who just went completely Beastie Boys on the NFL and threatened to
basically said, if you spill my dirt, I'll spill yours. I've got my own dirt to spill. So
I ask you, really I ask you again, what's going to come out of it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you got two people that got dirt on each other.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit me with a stick, I'm gonna hit you with a stick. My stick's gonna be a little bigger. Now you're gonna, it's just gonna go back and forth. And I think it's just smoke and mirrors. NFL football is gonna keep trolling on. They're gonna keep rolling on. So I don't know. I just don't think anything's gonna happen in this situation. We've heard so many different things come out of it. And are they gonna throw him in jail?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he's a wealthy man. We'll see what he can do there. But like you said, I think maybe more and more likely that at some point he's forced out as an owner in the NFL.
Byron says, Vershawn, watch the tape. Yant didn't hit the holes. Again, when you are everybody in the stadium knows you're going to get the ball. You're only in on goal line and short yardage situations. So all that stuff is all quick hitters. And I'm not making an excuse for him, but if you give a guy like that some pitches, you get him going, get the legs and the knees up and yarning and churning, that's a tough guy to stop is all I'm saying. So you had Gabe Irvin, you had other guys in the building that to me got in the game and they looked a little bit more sharp at the last 4 games than Grant did. And again, for Grant to be mentioned in that great back category, you got to play like that every single game. There's going to be some games where you're going to get beat up. There's going to be some games where you got to run the ball 30 times, 34 times. You got to be able to take that pounding and you got to stay consistent. You can't hit stuff instead of staying up in there hitting holes. You talk about hitting holes, go watch the last 4 games and see how many holes Grant hit. See how many times he cut it back from where the play was designed to go. Sometimes you're only going to get 2 and 3 yards. But you got to slam it up in there because right at the point of attack, you have leverage because all of the blocking mindset is going towards that hole. So if you press it a little bit more, sometimes stuff opens up, sometimes it doesn't, and then you just smack it up in there, push the pile, get ready to do it again. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, Byron, but I don't know if 20 carries is enough in a season to say how many holes he didn't or did hit. And I think, Byron, if you go back and look at the game tape, of those 20 carries, how many of those 20 carries were either goal line carries or short yardage carries? Rocket Ross says, ask the captain to play more of the Christmas music by The Temptation. It was fabulous. You got another one, Terrell?
Give it to him again, Bach, when we go out.
No, give me another one. They got more.
That's the best one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the best one.
I got a Christmas song for you. You guys both played Christmas songs. I've got a Christmas song too. Let's see if it plays here. There we go.
You're a mean one. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel. Mr. Grinch, you're a bad banana. Mr. Grinch.
Oh, you don't turn that off. Turn it off, Bach.
I'll turn it down.
Turn it off.
This is some good Christmas music.
You're fired, Bach.
Cut your mic, Bach.
Hey, you guys don't like the Grinch? What's wrong with you?
Cut it off, Bach. No. I hated that ugly little Grinch.
Hey,
I couldn't
that's the best
stand the
Christmas
Grinch.
story.
I like the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Man, I couldn't stand that Grinch. What are you talking about? Don't play that again.
I'll play it all throughout December. Oh, y'all play the original. Or
Hey, by the way, there's a kid by the name of Jadorian Guidry. Remember George Guidry?
Big
Black
George.
Shirt, Big George.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Listen, bro. This dude got a son, 6'2", 240. And I'm talking, bro, he's a rush in. Dude, how he doesn't have scholarship offers all over the place is beyond me, bro. Beyond me. He's destroyed 4- and 5-star offensive tackles the entire year. Guess what's happening? I think it's today or tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Championship game in Louisiana, Superdome. I hope we have some people in Louisiana on boots on the ground at that championship, because they all the classes play on, I think, one day. They all play the championship games. And I don't know if he's playing. He's either the first or second largest class. My point is, they're in the championship game. Look at this kid's highlight. There's no reason we're not supposed to be on this kid. This is a kid that his dad played at Nebraska, ended up transferring to Georgia, but he's always going to be a Husker. He loves Nebraska and would love to have his son probably at least have an opportunity to come here. Have you seen the highlight, Terrell? Bro.
I haven't talked to Big George in about a month, so I need to call him.
I'm getting ready to send you this highlight, man. I listen. There's guys, and then there's guys. This dude is a guy. And I want to apologize. Yent is getting blown up by everybody and their cousins right now about him leaving. So he's just getting inundated with calls right now. So he just texted me.
Yeah, I got to get out of here early today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got a photo shoot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did you get your jacket today? The Big 8 jacket?
Yeah, it's
nice.
in the car.
Yes. You gonna do it outside? It'll be cold out there.
No, inside the stadium.
Yeah, that's much better.
What you got a what?
Photo shoot.
For what?
I'm getting a story done on me from
Hell Varsity, was it?
Hell Varsity.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Congratulations, Relly.
More
That's
than
why
just
you looking. That's why you looking so sharp.
Oh
I
yeah.
got my little Nebraska zebra shirt on.
He's all cleaned up.
Zebra.
I kind of like when you grow your beard out a little bit, but you clean it up for the pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have to.
Okay, so here we go. Yant just texted me. This is his official. I'll put it up to the screen so you can see it. Wait, can you see that?
It's a lot to read there.
But I'm gonna read it, but you can see that's
yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
So he just texted me. You know, he's super grateful. But this is what he says. So this is Yant to Husker Nation. He says, I want to thank Nebraska as a whole, the coaching, academic, and compliance staff. I also want to send a big thank you to all my fans. You guys are the best. After many prayers and much consideration, I've decided to enter the transfer portal for the upcoming season. Several factors went into my decision. However, with multiple changes and instability of coaching staff over the past year, I believe it's in my best interest of my family and my future to transfer to a school that will continue helping develop me as a player and a man, while also utilizing my talents to their fullest extent and making my time away from my daughter count. I am looking forward to what God has for me in the future and excited about new opportunities. Jacques Yant. There you go. If you want me to read it again, I'll read it tomorrow. God, dog it. I'm for real. That's a bummer for me. Because I really like the big boy. I thought, I mean, listen, if he couldn't help you at running back, boy, could you imagine him at linebacker? I mean, you start thinking about the Levante Davids, the Devin Whites, the guys that can fly around the field, right? They're all running backs. that converted over. Devin White was one of the most explosive high school running backs I've ever seen in my life. But, you know, we convinced him that you want to be the hammer, not the nail. You know, and as big and fast as he already was as a true freshman, being 6 foot 240 as a freshman, to have that type of speed and athleticism out there running around on your defense, you can't teach speed. You can't teach athleticism. You can teach blocking techniques. You can teach schemes. But those other two, you can develop it, but you can't teach it. They either got it or they don't. They either come with the twitch muscles that you're looking for or they don't. So, you know, regardless, I hate to see Yant go. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he finds a landing spot where he's wanted and needed and he's utilized. I'm agreeing with him. I mean, you got to be used in this world, or as far as a football player goes, or what's the purpose? What's the purpose of being there? You're just wasting away. You know, if you're not working for something, then why are you at where you're at? And so as much as I would love to have heard from him, I appreciate him writing that statement. It shows that, you know what I mean, he definitely is appreciative to everything that got him where he's at today. And he's just starting a new chapter. And, you know, for these young men, the transfer portal is allowing them to get other opportunities. And, you know, I would imagine football might not be around if they had opened up the transfer portal when we played, Terrell. It might not have been around. I'm telling you.
I wouldn't have transferred anyway. So it didn't matter.
Well, that's our mindset. But let me add another element to that. If the transfer portal and the NIL was around when we went to school, come on now. Do you think we'd still be playing football?
Hey, national title, baby. That's all I got. I got a ring. So,
dang, I'm 25 years too early, man. Let me ask y'all a question. What do you think will be going on in college football in 20 years? What will be some differences?
48 team playoff, millionaires left and right on the field. No, I don't know.
The best of 64.
Yeah.
It'll be basketball. A floating stadium in the air.
Yeah. Playing.
Hey, John said that's a bad song, Bob.
Hey.
They didn't like your song, Bob.
Only John did like my song. I know there's plenty of people out there.
I'm getting ready to find a Temptation song right now because you're going to take us
We
out.
can pick up where we left off at least. We'll play another one on the other
Oh,
end.
what? On your song?
No, on this is Temptations. We left off right when they were really getting into it, so we better get back into it.
Mother and child.
I like the background.
Big Timmy.
Throw it to break, black shirt.
All right. This is the ticket, 93.7. I'm the black shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with the captain, Rashawn Jackson, and my main man, Bach. We'll be back after these.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch, free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
2022 flew by fast. And while you celebrate the upcoming holidays, Mullen Motors is looking ahead to 2023 and trying to open up space on the lot. Stop by Mullen Motors for their year-end sale and select from some of the best options of used vehicles in Lincoln at the best prices of the year. Don't end the year in your aging vehicle. Search Mullen Motors lot today for their year-end sale, just north of 48th and Layton.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-630 Real Estate Needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a Ready Next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to showcase the scintillating Levion jewelry collection. Levion is known for their love of reinventing fine designer jewelry through unique combinations of chocolate diamonds, vibrant gemstones, and precious metals. Levion and Riddles Jewelry, two family-owned businesses who put customers at the heart of what they do. No one colors your world better than Levion. So visit Riddles Jewelry today and receive $100 off any Levion purchase now through Christmas.
At Riddles Jewelry, Gateway Mall.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, I just got off the phone. I want to send you a number to call. This is George Guidry, former Russian at Nebraska. Ended his career at the University of Grambling. but he is the father of Jadorian Guidry. They're playing in the 5A, which is the biggest class, championship game tomorrow night. Let me say that one more time. The Louisiana's biggest class championship game tomorrow night. His son is the starting defensive end, 6'2", 240, and he's a junior. He's a junior. And what I talked about when I talk about making sure that we court these young men, that this is his dad is a former player who would love to send his son there. But you got to make it obvious, and then once it's obvious, then and you hand over a potential recruit. Now it's out of your hands. It's up to the coaching staff to do if they like him. They might not like him. He might not fit in what they're trying to do. But I think you have to get the best guys available. You have to use the great, I think, pulling point of former players, their sons and people that they know. But without further ado, we're going to bring on my buddy, my friend from Louisiana, Big George Guidry.
Hey, what's up, my guy?
What's up, George? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, brother. It's always a pleasure to hear from my main man, Vashawn Jackson. How's everything going in Lincoln?
Everything is everything. It's flipped upside down in Lincoln right now. Trying to Matt Rule's the new coach, trying to right the ship. I know you got a son that's getting ready to play in the championship game in Louisiana tomorrow night. But before we do that, I want to kind of set the stage. Do we need to play the station ID before we do this, Bach? I can't hear you, Bach.
Oh yeah, we just played that. We got that covered.
Okay,
so
good. All right. So George, who recruited you, and how did you make it to Nebraska?
Actually, Coach Tony Samuel, the Russian coach at the time, recruited me when he was at Nebraska. And actually, they started watching another guy out of Louisiana by the name of Frankie London. And just so happened, they came down to watch Frankie London at the Lawrence High School. I was at Lawrence Premier, and I had, quite a game that night. Had like 3 or 4 sections. From that point on, Nebraska was recruiting me very strong. Back in those days, Nebraska recruited all over the country. They went after the best players available and the guys that fit their team, and I just can't wait for the day Nebraska to get back to that level, playing on the playing field.
So George, George, because I want the people to understand this. You came to Nebraska. How long was you there before you transferred?
1 year. I was there a year.
And off that 1 year of playing for Nebraska, the what we did, that brotherhood was so strong that you feel like more of a Husker than you do, I would imagine, a Grambling State Tiger.
Oh man, I tell people all the time, I'm a Grambling Tiger, but I'm also a Nebraska Cornhusker. I keep in touch with just as many guys I played with at Nebraska in 1 year than I do, at Grambling I played with 4 years, So, a lot of things, I learned a lot of things at Grambling, but I also learned a lot of things at Nebraska. The camaraderie, the brotherhood, the winning environment, being a champion. And that taught me how to go out and prepare to win. Without that foundation at Nebraska, because I didn't win anything in high school as a team. I got a whole lot of individual accolades, USA Today All-American, could have went anywhere in the country, but I never made it past the second round. So when I got to Nebraska, they showed me how to win as a team, and I learned that there was no I in team. It took all 11 players to do their job to accomplish the ultimate goal, and that was the championship. We played for one another. No one was selfish out there, and it just taught us how to appreciate life more, football more, and college more, and our brothers more.
So here we are, George, 25 years later, you got a son that's playing on a very, very high level, who's a track guy. It's just, he's 6'2", 240, but he's still a hurdler. What does he do in track?
Well, actually, he hadn't ran since the 8th grade year. When the COVID hit, he was going into the 9th grade, and over here at the high school, they didn't have a freshman and JV track, and by him coming in as a freshman, the coach pretty much, spent more time with the varsity track club because they had such a short season. So he's been out of track for 2 years. He's going to be getting back into track now. When he was running the open quarter, the mile relay, and throwing a shot in the distance. I think in the 8th grade, he went like 53 in the 400. So he's a pretty good athlete. He's sophomore, junior over here at Ruston High, class 5A. Last year as a sophomore, he made first team all district, first team all parish. I think he finished the season with like 65 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and another 12 tackles for loss. We got put out in the 3rd round last year. He worked hard in the offseason, which you and I both know is the most important season of them all. And here we are, playing for the Class 5A championship against Destrehan Friday night. We took down the Goliath this past Friday in Zachary. They have an Alabama commit at quarterback, Eli Halston. They have a defensive end, Auburn commit, and Ashley Williams. Indiana commit and A.J. Thomas had a free safety commit in Colin Jackson. So, this isn't no Leo Rudy Pooh that we're playing against. This is big boy football down here in Louisiana, and Ruston has arrived. It's been a while, like 30 years since we won the championship and another 23 since we played for one. But it's a great group of kids out here, and my son is one of them. He's doing a great job right now. He's sitting at 10 sacks on the year, in a running area style of football like North Louisiana has. That's pretty good numbers, to say he's not able to get after the passer for 4 quarters and say parts like Southwest Louisiana or the Baton Rouge area where they throw the ball a whole lot more, But he like I say, man, he's something to watch. He had 2 sacks last week against Zachary and Eli Austin, some key plays. And, man, I'm looking forward to seeing it, If you're not doing nothing, I'll send you over to Lincoln. You can pass it around and hopefully some of those guys in Nebraska, get down here and all these parts of Louisiana where the ball is really being played,
So who are they playing?
Destrehan. We're playing Destrehan High School, and I'm gonna go on here since you got me on. I know there's a lot of people listening. So at Ruston High, we have a kid, my son Jordan. That's Jordan with a G. I spell it like George. Geordan. Guidry. Guidry. And there's another kid in the 24 class as well. His bookend counterpart, Ahmad Bro. He's going to be a big-time player. He's sitting, with a couple of offers right now. My son has 2. He has 2. And we have another kid, Jay Mayfield. He made All-State last year as a sophomore linebacker, and he's on track to do the same thing again this year, and that's pretty much, 10% of the reason we're dominating. The other 9 is all the rest of the players, but they're the core. The defense sets the tone. We have some great players on offense as well, but our defense is what's been carrying us. And, our D-line, leads the charge. We have a kid, he's a senior by the name of Christian Davis. He played defensive end last year at 6'3", 285, so that's a college 3 tech. So we bumped him inside this year. And I think he's gonna really get, quite a few offers after we win this championship and hoist this trophies Friday night. And over on Destrehan, the team that we're playing against, they have a kid by the name of Jai Eugene. His dad. You probably remember his dad from LSU. Jai Eugene Sr. played for the Falcons. Also, I want to say he's a Tulane commit. They have a receiver, Daniel. What's Daniel? What's the kid name? I can't think of his last name. He's number 10. He's committed to University of Missouri. There's another kid by the name of Shane Lee. He's a running back. Pretty good player, but he's also great in baseball. So from what I've been reading, he's probably going to get drafted in baseball. So we may not get to see him play college ball, but He's in the 24 class as well. He's sitting with offers from the University of Miami and Florida State right now. There's a kid on the defensive side of the ball over there, Kalaj Cobbins. You know, he's a top 100 recruit in the 24 class. So he has everybody out there. So it's going to be a real good game. It's going to be some SEC, Big 12, Pac-12 talent on the field. You know, and everybody that has a chance, I really think they need to check this game out because there's some guys that could change some college programs going to be on the field tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m.
George, tell me this. You know, as a father, you learned about technique. How did you were at Nebraska 1 year, but who taught you the technique, and why is your son being successful on this stage as a junior playing football?
Oh, actually, man, I went to high school. We had some great players, you know, great high school, great a lot of athletes come out of it, but it wasn't a college a high school where you was gonna zone in on a lot of technique. You know, you pretty much went out there and they put the scheme together and you played ball. There was no technique involved. And when I got to Nebraska, well, I thought it was at the time until I got to Nebraska and I realized like it was like an art of science, you know. Everything coincided with one, and I learned a lot, you know, watching guys like Brad Wilson, Jared Thomas, and Mike Walker, because, you know, when I came in, I was running the 4.4 and the 40-yard dash, so, you know, that kind of speed in high school at 225, you really don't need any technique. You know, I had a little technique, but I really didn't need to use it in high school, and I get somewhere like Nebraska where, you know, you really had to have technique, because if not, you're going to get, you know, overlooked by the guys that really, you know, mastered it. And I took a lot of things that I learned from them, and, you know, things that I learned on my own, you know, on the fly, and I incorporated it into my son. And I just pretty much try to give him the game sooner than I got it, you know, because the sooner the better. And if he's, you know, doing, you know, pull snatches, and, you know how to bend the corner and set the guy up with the speed, turn it into transition it into power, and fall inside. You know, it's just different things that come with being an elite edge rusher. And I've just been, you know, putting that in his toolbox over the years. And, you know, every week, every day, you know, we just add more and more tools to the toolbox and just go to work. But like I say, most of the things, you know, that he's learned, you know, I taught him. And he has Kyle Williams as a defensive coordinator, you know, NFL guy, Hall of Famer soon to be. You know, another coach named David Taylor that, you know, coaches him on the D-line, because Kyle is the D coordinator and the linebackers coach, you know. So he's getting some professional coaching over there at Ruston High. You know, Kenny Wright, you know, another NFL guy, he's the DB coach at Ruston High. He played at for the Minnesota Vikings, Houston, Texas. So, yeah, man, you know, Ruston High is here. You know, we're here to stay. We're not going nowhere. They better get familiar with us, you know. I'm saying this live, and I usually don't, you know, my guy asked me could he call in and talk with me a couple of weeks ago, and I was a little hesitant. I've never been a guy that want to be on the radio show, you know, BJ, but now is the time, you know, it's time for Big Red Machine to get back rolling. I used to roll back in the 80s and 90s, you know, when guys like yourself, you know, was leading the charge. And, man, that's pretty much what it is, my guy. I'm just so geek. I got chill bumps on my arms right now.
Okay, so
right now, he taking me places I've never been. You know, until I got to Nebraska. Like I told you, I didn't make it past the second round in high school. I got a lot of individual accolades, you know, but never made it past the second round. And man, it's just like a dream to me, you know, to watch my son play in the Superdome. You know, the last time I cheered a team on in the Superdome was the 1990 championship game with Washington Marion and John Curtis, and I was just there as a spectator because my dad was a coach. You know, that's when Eddie Kennison was at Washington Marion, you know, LSU great, you know. I drafted by the Rams, but man, I'm just looking forward to tomorrow night. It's gonna be real exciting, man.
Yeah, so listen, man, y'all. I'm quite sure it's gonna be showing on one of these YouTubes or internet somewhere. Championship game tomorrow night.
For you all that's listening right now, you can tune in to BearcatNation.com, and you should be able to, stream the Ruston High Destrehan Class 5A championship game. And for the other classes, like I said, I don't know if they have any particular site, but you should be able to go on the LHSAA, Louisiana High School Athletics Association, and you should be able to live stream all of the games on that channel. But for sure, you should be able to get the Ruston High Best Your Hand Class 5A State Championship game on BearcatNation.com.
Okay, so listen, but we're gonna wrap this up. But I gotta ask you this: you class of '96?
Yeah, class of '96.
Okay, so you would have spent a lot of time blocking the captain, right?
Oh yeah.
How was that?
Man, I'm talking about going against guys like yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm the captain. Yeah, you went against me a lot in practice. So how was that in practice? Did I take it easy on you?
That's when I realized, like, yeah, I run a 4.4, but I got to get in the weight room, man, because these guys up here in Nebraska feel like they eat the weight when you run into them, you know. And man, like y'all set the arena. You know, we had great coaches, but you all held us youngsters accountable, you know, and y'all held each other accountable. You know, I can remember times in games, you know, it may be the offense doing something that the defense not satisfied with him. JP would come over there and drill y'all, and then vice versa. You would do the same thing if the defense wasn't playing up to par. And that's what made a great team, you know, because we held each other accountable, you know, and we didn't want to let our brothers down.
Well, listen, George, man, you are our new Louisiana connection, man. You got all of the info. If you know of players, I think I want to try to have you come back once a month and just give us an update on some players that's that way in Louisiana, so we can be privy to them early like we are privy to your son, Jordan Guidry. Go out, take a look at him. Nebraska, I hope you're paying attention and getting down there and got boots on the ground as far as recruiting. George, anything else you like to say before we get out of here, man?
Oh, man, that's it, man. It was a pleasure being on your radio show. I'll be looking forward, you know, to speaking back with you in the near future. And like I say, tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Ruston Bearcat. We'll bring it home with George, so you wouldn't want to miss it.
George, man, love you, bro. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Most definitely. Love you too, my brother. You take care out there.
Okay. That was George Guidry, man. Obviously, he was a guy who made a big impact on my life as a young guy. I didn't take it easy on him. And let me tell you, it was some battles that we had in practice. I got a lot of respect for him. You know, the fact that he continued on his career, but he always had love for Nebraska. Once a Husker, always a Husker. Even if you leave, I think when you leave, you still have that brotherhood that you'll never have at any other point in time of your life. So, hey, Terrell Farley, if you listen, congratulations, man, on your deal. Right. Take a lot of photos. Bach, what y'all got next on the water cooler?
Well, Rico's been watching the volleyball game, so we'll see how Nebraska's doing against Oregon there. And Jeff Sims, quarterback transfer from Georgia Tech, visiting this week in a 3-year starter. So that's very interesting. We'll kind of dive into that.
Like I said, there you go, man. You got to get guys that can come in and play now. Buy it, build it, take care of it, nurture it. It's like a little bitty baby Hot Wheels. We got to take care of him because he can't take care of himself right now. But if we do it the right way, when it grows up, it'll be successful. Hey, remember out there, go Big Red. It's the captain. Sorry for yelling. But take us out with the Temptations.
Oh, you want that one instead? All right.
A little festive move, man. It's Christmas time.
We'll start it from the
season. You're just going to let it play, Bach, until you feel like ending it. But I want to tell you guys thank you. Appreciate you guys listening and riding with us on the Ticket 93.7. Go get your chicken sandwiches now.
Right before Christmas, and all through the house, stirring, not even a mouse.
In my mind, I want you to be free. I say, we wish you all Merry Christmas to each and all of you. One of you. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers.